at VRC Bhopal. Today I am going to share with you the reason why almost 70 to 80% of investors are not able to complete even the one complete cycle in share market. Complete cycle in a sense from, you can say, from one peak to another peak or from one bottom to another bottom. And there is one more finding from my last 3 years of experience of hosting seminars and workshops throughout the country. The very first question I ask is, how many investors are here who have more than 20 years of experience in stock market? And you will be surprised to know that the average is only 3.6. Yes, you heard right. 3.6 subscribers are there only who are into the market for more than 20 years. In fact, from one cycle to another cycle, only 20 to 25% of investors are able to pass. Yes. 70 to 80% of investors are unable to cross even one cycle. So let's see what is the reason. What happens is during the, we will start from here. This is the neutral position. When I say neutral, neutral means the market is rightly priced, stocks are rightly priced, whatever is their worth, they are priced accordingly. And at this stage, there are only 30% of the investors invested into the market because the cycle upturn has just begun and investors are looking for good numbers, good stories, and they need confidence. As the market continues to rise, more and more investors join the stock market, and it is during this position that maximum number of investors join. They gain also because the stocks are rising very fast. At this point, almost 100% of the investors are invested. There are very few left into the market, but the business earnings start stabilizing, and since there are hardly new investors into the market, this market starts falling. It starts falling, and initially what happens? Investors believe that this is a temporary phase and market will continue its uptrend. But what happens is this downtrend gathers pace, and it gathers very quick pace, so much so that it fastly comes to the neutral position. Now, even at this position, 70% of the investors are still into the market. From here to here, 30% of the investors have left the market, and most of these are speculators who are unable to sustain the losses. Okay. Now, from here to here, investors start losing the faith. Investors start losing control on patience. They are unable to see their stocks falling by 40%, 50%, 60%, even 80%. So, investors start exiting pretty fast, and during this part, most of the investors who entered here make an exit. At the bottom, hardly 20% of investors are left. And the cycle turns an uptrend, and as we discussed in the very initial stage, it takes pretty long time, and the cycle repeats again. Now, as you can see, investors entered at this position and made an exit here. And if you want to make money in stock market, you need to buy low and sell high. But what is happening here? They are buying high and selling low. Majority of the investors. That is why they are not able to go through to pass to the next cycle. Why it happens? See, assume there is a stock, price rupees 150. Okay, based on some logic, based on investors' recommendation or based on TV recommendation, investor buys the share at rupees 150, somewhere about here, and then along with the market, stock falls. stock falls to rupees 75, 100 to 75. During the peak time, price was rupees 150. Today, price is 75. Now, what will happen? What this investor will do? Will he buy more? In most of the cases, no. He has no more trust, no more confidence in the stock. Why? Why it is like this? There are a couple of reasons. One of the things is he was not aware what is the worth of the stock when he purchased at rupees 150. Actually, the worth of the stock was rupees 100, but he bought it at 150. Okay, so investor purchased the price at a 50% premium to the worth of the stock. Now, after a couple of quarters, when the market falls, when the market crashes, the stock falls down to 75. Meanwhile, just an assumption, this stock, this company, underlying company has performed pretty well and the worth increases to 125. Now here the situation is just reverse what it was here. Here the worth was less and stock price was more. Here the worth is more and stock price is less. So now it is almost 40% low, right? Even at half the price, investor is not willing to add more because he is not understanding the worth. He is not knowing the worth. Even many of the investors do not know the concept of worth of the stock, the value of the stock. There is a worth, there is a price. You need to buy the stock of high worth at low price, and during the peaks, when the emotions are pretty good, pretty high, it changes like this. Worth is less, price is more. That is the time to sell the stock. Secondly, there is one more reason why investor is not willing to sell. Because the whole market emotions are at very low ebb. Okay, he wants to move with the herd. He wants to move along with his investor friends and not against them. So he is not daring to buy more. Thirdly, there is a very important reason. It is because of his capacity of investment and capability of digesting the emotions. Investor may have 1 crore of rupees, but as soon as he loses 1 lakh or say 2 lakhs, he becomes uncomfortable. It is not that he cannot afford it. He can afford it, but he do not have the capability to digest the emotions. There is one more factor. It is the capacity. Most of the retail investors are fully invested. In fact, some might have borrowed during the good times. So they do not have capacity to invest more. That is also one of the reasons why investors are not ready, not willing to take more risk. Right? So this is what I wanted to share with you. Now there are, what should be the course of action? How investor who has purchased here and presently here is still present into the market, how should he protect his capital? And a step ahead, how investors should prepare for the next cycle. This I am talking about the aggressive investor. All these videos we are going to release soon in the coming times. I request you to please like the channel, put comments whatever you feel like, and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you.